What is happening, guys? What is happening? We have a fantastic game coming up today. New boys Fulham up against the stronghold Liverpool in this game today, and we are live both on YouTube and over on TikTok. So if you guys are over on TikTok, head on over to our YouTube channel, and we have some fantastic interaction going through. So we're just going to run through, just sit back, enjoy the football, and just watch a banger of a match, really. Interested to see how Fulham get along in this game. They scored a ton of goals last season in the Championship, but they're up against Liverpool here, and it's just going to be an absolute banger of a game. So if you are over on TikTok and you guys do want to get involved, head on over to our YouTube channel. The link is in our bio, and you can basically join us with some live updates, live score updates. We do have all of the Predict Heroes stats for this specific game, and let's just run through it very quickly. So for the scoreline, expected scoreline, we do have a 3-1 as the most likely score. In terms of the outcomes, we do have an 87% of an over 2.5 in this game. So banger of the market over there. Both teams to score at a 74%. The home win coming in for Fulham at a low 14%, with a draw at 15%, and a expected Liverpool win coming in at 71%. So really decent game in prospect here. Sunshine in the UK at this present point in time. So should be a brilliant one. So if you guys do want to get over onto our YouTube channel, just go to our bio on TikTok and just click on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube already, just search for Predict Heroes and you will find us over there. And we do have the results running down the side. We do have some live results running at the bottom of the screen, as well as some live score updates. So it's great to have everyone back over on TikTok, and it's great to have everyone over on YouTube. So let's just sit back and have a great game over here. I see new boy Palinia starting in the midfield for Fulham, as well as preseason Perlo, Andreas Pereira starting in the cam spot. And of course, big boy Mitrovic starting up top. Let's see if he can get any bullying going on over here. I doubt it, but you never know. I was checking some stats last night, and last time Mitrovic was in the league, he only managed, I think, something like 2 goals and an assist. Yet in Championship, he's like insane, like crazy good. So let's see. Backline of Liverpool unchanged. Matip pairing up with Van Dijk, Trent up with Andy Robertson. Midfield, very defensive actually, not very progressive. Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago. And then, of course, Darwin Núñez on the bench, actually, and Roberto Firmino starts up top, flanked by semi-new boy Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah. Should be a banger of a game. Craven Cottage. It's been a little while since, but it's looking beautiful, looking really good. So for those of you who want to get involved, head on over onto YouTube. I'm going to put up a poll right now on YouTube to go and see what you guys think is going to happen in terms of the result, and you guys can go and vote. That will stay up for at least 10 minutes on the chat over on YouTube, so head on over and join us here. It should be a cracker of a game. You guys are in the chat, either on YouTube or over on TikTok. Drop what do you expect the scoreline to be in the comments. Let's get some discussion going on over there. All right, so the poll's just gone live over on YouTube. So if you do want to vote for who you expect or what you expect the final result to be, a Fulham win, a draw, or a Liverpool win, get on over there and drop your votes in the comments. And if you guys do want to drop down on potential scorelines that you guys are expecting, like I said, our algorithm has the scoreline, expected scoreline at 3-1 in favor of Liverpool over here. But if you guys do want, drop it in the comments what you guys feel the scoreline will be. And also, while you're at it, please don't forget to drop some likes on the videos, whether it's over on TikTok or on YouTube. Please do that. That's all we ask. It just helps the channel out a lot. Yeah, Liverpool losing a big player. Probably my favorite Liverpool player, and I'm a huge Man United fan, so it takes a lot for me to say. But you know, Mane was just something special. He's just one of those players you just can't hate, no matter who you support. He's like a Kante. So let's see if Luis Diaz through the whole season can fill Mane's shoes. I think Bayern really have signed a fantastic player there who still had time to grow. But here we are, Fulham on the attack. Mitrovic, first run at Fabinho, gets in the box and gets a shot away, and unfortunately just puts it wide of the goal. So 50 seconds in, and poor ball there from Trent to take a deflection. Fabinho not really knowing where Mitrovic is going. Van Dijk shouting at Trent already. Hasn't even been 50 seconds into the new season. I see currently now the poll has a Liverpool win at 67% and a Fulham win at 33% in the chat over on YouTube. So if you do want to vote, head on over there and get your votes in the poll. Fulham looking the livelier of the two teams in the midfield already, which is expected. You can expect that to happen. So it's quite an interesting midfield, actually. Henderson, Fabinho, and Thiago. Not very, progressive players technically. So they're going to really rely a lot heavily on the fullbacks of Liverpool to push up the line and create that progressiveness up the pitch. So it's going to be quite interesting to actually see how that operates. The one thing that Fulham should really have a look at doing is sort of pushing their fullbacks up ever so slightly up the pitch to force Liverpool's fullbacks back that little bit so that they can actually keep the decent move there. Andreas Pereira on the ball, gives a nice ball out. Cross comes in. Oh, that was close. Almost had a little bit of a tap in. Ball was about 20 centimeters away from Reed's head over there. Fantastic play there on the wings. The two wingers combining. Andreas Pereira doing well. Slight hints of offside, but game carried on. And the cross actually took a deflection a bit off of Andy Robertson there. Offside has actually been given. So decent start here by Fulham. Not sitting back and really going hard at it. If you guys are here, don't forget to drop likes on the video. It really does help us out a ton. Nice crossfield ball there. Robertson through to Salah. Some space in behind here. Henderson covering Trent's run forward. Pereira looking for the ball already early on in this game. Thiago getting upended there. Mitrovic with none other than a Mitrovic tackle from behind. If that was on 60 minutes, that's definitely a yellow card. So yeah, that's a strong tackle there. Tete and Mitrovic combining on Thiago. Game carries on. No harm, no foul. Currently now in the chat, we do have the chat on in favor of Liverpool, 75% chance and a 25% chance of a Fulham win in the chat over on YouTube. Let me know in the comments what you guys think the final score will be here. I do potentially see Fulham getting a goal, which won't be fantastic for my fantasy team. I can tell you guys that much. I've doubled up on Trent, and he has a great ball through. Keepers off his line quickly. Brilliant play there. But yeah, I've doubled up on Trent and Robertson in my defensive slots for my fantasy team. So I'm hoping for a clean sheet for Liverpool, but Fulham are coming out the blocks flying here, as you'd expect. So we'll see how the pressure goes. Andreas combining nicely with the wingers here. Got an overlap. It's a decent cross in. Nice idea. But Van Dijk reads the play well. Fantastic by Tete again. Up hard and strong on the back of Luis Diaz. Wins the 50-50 ball. If you want to win football matches, make sure you win the 50-50 balls. Put you in a great stead. Andreas again on the ball up against Fabinho. A little pullback, and we have a first corner of the game, and it comes the way of Fulham. Fulham doing pretty decently already. Andreas combining well with the wingers. Always rated him. Just very sad that he never really managed to flourish at United. So let's see how this goes. So 5 minutes in, and first corner of the game in favour of Fulham. Well cleared by Matip. Floated back into the box. Got a little break on here, but Van Dijk does well. Calm as ever. Crossfield ball, looking for Salah. Unfortunately, too much flight on it and gets cleared by the Fulham players, but they give it straight back. Liverpool just calming the ball down ever so slightly, slowing the play up. Thiago doing well, break the press, gives a long ball out wide, bit overhit, and Salah just cannot get there. Done well though. Managed to turn the ball over there. So just while there's a little bit of a break in play over here, we will be hopefully dropping the new Predict Heroes website soon. We're hoping for in the next 2 weeks. We were hoping to have it up before the new season started, but unfortunately, just due to a couple of technical things as well as time, we have just postponed a little bit, rather give you a better experience than give you a bit of a buggy site. So we'll have that up and running soon, but obviously our good old website that has been running, predict-heroes.com, is up and running, and if you want to head over to the web app, just go to app.predict-heroes.com and you'll get all of your expected results, score lines, home wins, draws, away wins, over 2.5, both teams to score markets, all on the web app. So just head on over there. It is available 24/7 and will always give you the games for the next 5 days. Nice little late run there in the box. I think he might have been offside. Tries to go for the near post tap in, but decent run there from midfield from Fulham. Good to see Marco Silva back in the Premier League again as a coach. He's done so well. I think there was a hint of offside on that one as expected, but decent play by Fulham. But as per usual, it's just the final ball that leaves a lot to be desired. So let's see maybe if Andreas Pereira can change that. Fulham are just one of those yo-yo teams. They come up to the Premier League and they just go straight back down. So Marco Silva is a great coach. Really, really good coach. So Tete trying the hellacious through ball, shall we say. But he's up for it. Tete is up for it, I can tell you that much. And I haven't seen the fullbacks of Liverpool being able to get up the field just yet. It will obviously change. We'll see a flip in tempo, probably on the 18-20 minute mark for Liverpool, and then suddenly we'll just see a change in tempo. Because at the moment, 10 minutes in, it's just been full Fulham. So we'll see a swap in tempo very, very soon. It's always a bit dangerous. Coming up against a brand new side, new into the league, you never know how the guys are going to react. So I think Liverpool's just sort of playing it calm, seeing exactly how they're playing and reacting accordingly. So about 20 minutes in, we'll probably see that flip in tempo. And then there's a great marker to watch, and that would be Tete on a yellow card market. He's looking very lively. He's going into tackles. He's going with a 50-50 ball. And at the same time, you know, he's up against Robertson and Luis Diaz. So, I mean, there's a fantastic opportunity for a card market there on Tete. So, keep an eye on that one. It's funny to see Fulham's bench. They don't even have like a shade netting over their bench. It's just a bunch of open seats, like a grandstand at a high school. So it's actually crazy to see. All right, so 10 minutes in, I'm going to end the poll over on YouTube. So basically, we ended up with a 80% vote in favor of Liverpool and a 20% in favor of Fulham for the win, and no one's going for a draw. If you guys do have any thoughts on what the final result will be, pop it in the chat and we can chat about it. We do have, from Predict Heroes, we do have a 3-1 expected final result, scoreline in favor of Liverpool. Mino with a few little nibbles at the back of the players, but gets away with it. But Fulham win it back extremely quickly. I'd love to see the possession stats on this game so far, because yeah, Fulham are no Barzal, and he has a decent chance here. Mitrovic looking over, great little ball into Pereira. But he lets the ball run, and that allows for Liverpool to get sorted again. But they managed to retain the ball, move it well, and reset. Robertson does well. Allison decides to pump the ball down the street, so he had time there, take a little bit of a touch. So I don't know if they slightly rattled by the press from Fulham. I doubt it, but we'll see. But at the moment, it's all Fulham. No shots on target from either team just yet, but Fulham are in the ascendancy at the moment. So I'm just waiting for this tempo switch to go live in Liverpool, and then we'll see a very different game happening soon. Van Dijk with the cross ball out to Trent, a great ball. Well covered though, thrown to Fulham in the to Liverpool in the final third. I don't know if you guys happen to watch the game last night, the Crystal Palace and Arsenal game. If you guys did, I don't know if you guys managed to see that centre back for Crystal Palace, Aronson, or no, Anderson. Sorry, Joachim Anderson. That man was like Van Dijk on steroids last night with those crossfield balls he was playing. It was insane to see. It was crazy. I mean, he was definitely my pick of man of the match. I know they lost 2-0, and you know there was some other players. Saliba looked class, absolute class for Arsenal. He really made Gabriel look terrible, to be honest. He has a decent chance for Andy Robertson, and unfortunately can't finish, but I think there's a hint of offside, and the flag has indeed gone up. Luis Diaz does put the ball in the back of the net. However, Andy Robertson was offside with the ball slipped through from Firmino. And on 15 minutes, we start to see this first slight inclination of, yeah, he was far offside. Andy Robertson, a good meter offside. But we start to see the first inclination of a Liverpool turning up the tempo and starting to take control of the game. So let's see if that continues. Great finish by Luis Diaz, though, by the way. Unfortunately, it doesn't count. It stays 0-0 at 15 minutes. And but first attempt on target of the game comes from Andy Robertson, who is unfortunately offside, and the game continues. Matip with a great run through the center. Great run. Salah looking back post. Just cannot pick out Robertson. He tried to play it across the floor, but unfortunately there was cover from all the Fulham defenders. Ball gets reset back out. I must say it's fantastic to be back with everybody over on the TikTok. It's been a while. We've been so busy setting up some new stuff and developing the new site, etc. So it's always great to be back, and we'll be in full flow as soon as everything gets up and running and the site, the new site is back up and running, and we'll be having our daily videos for you guys constantly. But if you guys do want to go check it out, just head on over. If you are new here, just head on over to predict-heroes.com, access the web app, and you guys can get all of your daily football predictions. And there we go. There's a first tackle from Nathan Tete that really looks like it could end up in a card, or at least a final warning. He went straight through the back of Luis Diaz there, and here's the ref blowing. And like I said earlier, Nathan Tete is the one to keep an eye on for this yellow card market, and not 5 minutes later, Tete gets a yellow card. So always important to keep an eye on what's happening in the game and see exactly what's happening. He just went straight through the back of Luis Diaz there, 16 minutes, and Tete is on a yellow card. So that's that market already achieved. So if anybody did climb on that, fantastic. Trent with a decent cross in, goes across the box. Tete has a problem now. I'm not going to lie to you. Tete has a problem. He's sitting on a yellow card, 16 minutes in, playing against Luis Diaz and Andy Robertson. We know Andy Robertson likes to get under everybody's skin. And that's exactly what he's going to do. You'll probably see in the next 5 minutes, you're going to see Andy Robertson just pushing, 5 odd meters further up the pitch to sit on Tete over there and cause trouble. So it's one to keep an eye on. He's a big lad, but Marco Silva just needs to keep an eye on that. Especially if he goes in for one more tackle and ref gives him, a warning. It could be a situation of take him off before anything else happens. So he's just got to be a bit careful down that side. Same thing happened to Ben White last night, and especially towards the end of the game. Trent with a decent cross in, but very well defended. But fantastic cross in. The way he whips those balls in is insane. It's crazy. Liverpool have definitely switched up the tempo now, sussed out Fulham for the first 12 odd minutes and have switched up the tempo. Let me know what you guys think of the game thus far. Any players that you're keeping an eye on, any markets that look pretty decent. Thiago with a, let's call it a rambunctious ball back to Alisson, who was off his line, but he manages to gather and sends the ball back upfield. And already it's starting to happen with Thiago sort of covering for Andy Robertson, and Andy Robertson's already pushed that 5-10 meters up the pitch to put that pressure on the left-hand side. We can see the same thing happening with Trent, but Trent is actually playing inverted on the inside. There's a great ball to Henderson with a late run, and unfortunately it's slightly overhit. But so far so good. Decent game end to end. Both teams have had some decent chances, so thoroughly enjoying this one. We might be live tomorrow for the United game. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. But I will let you guys know tomorrow. I'm hoping to be home in time. I've just got a couple of errands to run in the morning, and then we'll join. If you guys are over on TikTok and you do want to get more involved and you do want to see the Predict Heroes percentages and picks for this game, come and join us over on our YouTube channel. We do have the live score updates running as well as the percentages going over on the channel, so do make sure to join us there. Fulham's high press working out well. Andreas on the ball out on the left hand side, looking for the outside of his foot crosser to the inside to Mitrovic, but well marshaled by Van Dijk, just leaning on Mitrovic a little bit. Mitrovic is definitely coming off second best against Van Dijk. Normal Mitrovic Premier League things, to be honest with you. I don't know why. He's an amazing player in the Championship, but he just never really performs to the highest level at Premier League level. So we'll see. Nice little flick by, yes, here's the chance for Robertson. Robertson just lifts it over, and fantastic defending there at the back post. Salah was lining up to smack that volley in with his right foot with a little cross from Andy Robertson, but very well defended at the back post. Henderson doing well to keep the ball under severe pressure. Nice little ball from Fabinho out to Trent. Trent's lining up the cross, and Salah gets the header away, but high up over the bar. So decent play from Liverpool, creating some chances, looking decent. Salah should have actually left that for Henderson. He had a little bit of a chance there. A little bit dirty there from Fabinho, cutting across the run of Andreas Pereira there on the attack. Ref had a look, but decided to play on. So foul in the back of Cabano by Van Dijk. Cabano just holding his ground, and very soft. I mean, I have to admit, very, very soft. He couldn't go anywhere. He had the ball, and he had Van Dijk behind him, and I think Thiago was coming to mop up, and just kind of fell over. Not as bad as Xhaka yesterday. Let me just tell you guys something. I don't know if you guys saw Xhaka yesterday, but he basically put in a great audition for the Olympic diving team. So we'll see if he joins. I'm not sure, but decent free kick there by, and there's a shot, and it is deflected, and it luckily goes wide. Alisson was scrambling across. João Paulinho first takes a shot with his right, gets blocked, hits it first time with his left, gets blocked again, and manages to squeeze wide and out for a Fulham corner. Nice little flick on there. Unfortunately, cannot be finished at the far post. But Fulham are having chances here in front of goal, and they're not scared to. Mitrovic finds himself offside. A little bit of lapsing communication there with the back line. Obviously not the quickest, so he needs to time his run. He did do a nice sort of circular run. Almost had him. Problem that he had was that he actually didn't come back onside before he did his little loopy run, so doesn't really help the situation much. Little pullback there from Andreas on Fabinho. There's another one to keep an eye on in terms of the card market. Andreas is getting a little bit edgy, a little bit antsy with the referee. He's still upset about the first half earlier on, where Fabinho cut across his path. He seems a bit upset by that, and he's going at Fabinho a bit, and obviously those two are basically on each other all game. So another one to just keep an eye on in terms of the card market. Slightly higher risk than Tete was, but a decent shout, I think, especially if he can stay on. I think one more tackle in the first half that turns into a foul. I think then it will be a really good shout to jump on for a cards market for Andreas Pereira. Lots of space out on the left for Andy Robertson, but he gives the ball away. And it is a foul. And here's Andreas back in the face of the referee complaining about another foul happening. So he's very, very fiery at the moment. So just keep an eye on that. He's really getting in the face of the referee constantly. So just keep an eye on that. It's definitely a decent shot for a cards market. I think the ref will eventually draw a line. I think especially if Liverpool score, Andreas will just lose his mind a little bit, I think. So what's your guys' thoughts on the game so far? Let me know in the comments how you guys are thinking this game is going to end. And don't forget, while you're doing that, just drop some likes, whether you're over on YouTube or over on TikTok. Just drop a couple of likes on the stream. It's always much appreciated, and it really does help us out a lot. Just a couple of taps here and there. Ref is calling somebody over, and Andreas is in the face of the ref again. He's been told to step away. So Nathan Tete is still sort of going in on, that was Cabana this time, on Luis Diaz. So a couple of hard tackles by Fulham. You can see that they've been sent out to you know, not leave anything on the pitch, basically. So we do have a free kick out on the far left-hand side. It looks like it's going to be an outswinger by Andy Robertson. Indeed it is. Trent steps over it. Robertson swings it in, just not enough depth. Salah does keep it alive, gives it out to Fabinho, and there is a corner for Liverpool. So decent free kick that results in a corner. Robertson coming across, Trent coming across to take it. Van Dijk and Matip protecting Van Dijk from the defenders. Obviously Van Dijk is the target, and Tete is picking up Van Dijk. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Fulham opting for the zonal marking. You can see in the corner. Well cleared by Mitrovic. Henderson with the volley, and the ball gets scampered up by the goalie, who tries to release Andreas Pereira down the left hand side. Robertson covering extremely well, but Andreas does well to keep the ball. And he gives a cross in, but that was actually a brilliant cross. Absolutely brilliant cross. He just could not get enough height on that. But great play there by Pereira. Robertson doing well to keep him honest, but Pereira does extremely well. And unfortunately for Fulham, Henderson is just in the right place in order to get his head on it. So fantastic. Pereira's a corner from the left-hand side of the pitch ends up straight into the side netting. I think it was something from the training ground, because Mitrovic was literally waiting for it over there. Unfortunately, just 30 centimeters too far over the line. 50 minutes gone so far. I would say Liverpool probably have a better have the better chances so far in the attacking areas, but Fulham doing well to prove that they belong up here. 70% possession to Liverpool and 30% to Fulham. Obviously shows you where the game is at this present point in time. Yet Liverpool have only had one attempt. They did have the ball in the back of the net earlier, but it was offside. There's a chance for Fulham. Mitrovic playing in. Reed gives a cross, edge of the box, and that is a fantastic block. Absolutely fantastic block by Andy Robertson. That was goal bound, and we see here Van Dijk pulling up a little bit, and the cross flashes across the box, and Mitrovic just cannot get his head to it, and he's asking for the ball at his feet from Cabano. But we got a little bit of a clash over here. Mitrovic and Van Dijk are both sort of hobbling. I think they clashed knees, but that ball definitely should have gone across the box. 2 feet. That would have been a tap-in for Mitrovic. Oh, that is a bit of a nasty one. Mitrovic and Van Dijk colliding. Mitrovic, oh, that is a nasty one. Mitrovic's studs slipped and Van Dijk came in the back of him. Completely accidental. And dead legs all around, basically. But Andy Robertson stuck a leg out there and managed to block a goal-bound volley from the edge of the box from the Fulham mid. Nice play there from Reed in the middle of the park for Fulham. He's looking pretty decent. He's looking very lively. I haven't seen much of Palhinha, to be honest with you. He's just kind of there and available. But I've thoroughly enjoyed watching Reed and Andreas. Andreas has looked pizzazz. Let me tell you something. Man's trying to stay on side. Cabano does well. Stays on side. He feeds out to Tete. Tete with the cross. Back post run. Mitrovic with the finish. Mitrovic with the finish. And here it is. 1-0 Fulham. What did I say? Just keeping an eye. Fulham have been fantastic and a very well-deserved goal. 1-0 through to Fulham. Brilliant there by Mitrovic. He targeted Trent there at the back of the poles. He made a late run into the box, targeting Trent. Tete stood up a fantastic ball over there. Cabano did well to stay on side, kept edging forward. Andreas winning the ball in the middle of the park, feeding it out, and really good play from Reed again. He's been absolutely brilliant. And all combined, fantastic team goal. Trent was a bit lazy, to be honest. He didn't even get up off the floor. He didn't even look over his shoulder there. So, culpable of the goal, I think, to be honest with you. And but Mitrovic makes no mistake. Could even be almost classified as an own goal. I'm hoping not, but 1-0 to Fulham. And 33 minutes gone. And let's see what Liverpool do about it. They are notorious for responding quickly. So I'll be very surprised if this game ends 1-0 by half time. But there we go. We're on our route for our both teams to score. Predict Heroes has both teams to score at 74% chance. Over 2.5 goals at 87%. I see there's a bit of break in play. Henderson is down injured. Hey Kish. So we're busy with the watch along for the Fulham Liverpool game at the moment. We are busy doing the watch along. We do have the predictions for this game. The expected scoreline that we do have is a 3-1 in favor of Liverpool. We do have both teams to score at 74%, over 2.5 goals at 87%, and we do have a Liverpool win at 71%. So fantastic that Fulham got the goal first, because Liverpool do have to respond, and in my eyes that really does impact the both teams to score and over 2.5 market. So That is really good for anybody on those markets, I must admit. So we'll see how that goes. Fulham pressing again. Allison does well to come off his line extremely fast and wraps up the ball. But Marco Silva really has his team organized and well coached here. So thoroughly enjoying this game. Liverpool are not having it all their own way. If you guys are over on TikTok and you do want to join us over on YouTube, just go ahead. We are actually live on YouTube at the moment as well. The link is in our bio. So while you're there, just drop some likes on the video. It really does help the channel out, as well as head on over to YouTube, and we are live there and interacting. You'll have some live score updates. If you aren't able to watch the game, you'll be able to see on our YouTube channel. We do have the live score. We do have the live ticker in terms of the time of the game. And we do have our predictions for the outcomes of this game over on YouTube. So head on over. You guys are over on TikTok. You're welcome to interact. I am reading through the comments. I see King Joe is asking for some predictions over here. So King Joe, you're welcome to head on over to the web app. It is available 24/7. We do have a chance here for Andy Robertson, actually, and it flashes it across goal too much, and Luis Diaz just cannot tap the ball in. So yeah, so head on over to predict-heroes.com, access the web app, and you'll have all of our predictions there 24/7. And if you do want the predictions for this game, we have just gone over them. We're expecting a 3-1 for the Liverpool win, a 74% chance of both teams to score, and over 2.5 at 87%. So with Fulham scoring first, I really do like the over 2.5s and the both teams to score markets. Really looking good over there. And Kish is saying Fulham are unpredictable, but both teams to score. I'm sure it will come right. Kish, I definitely agree. Fulham have looked really well coached, really well organized, but it's Liverpool, and already Liverpool have really created two fantastic chances. Palhinha with a beautiful tackle, really there in the middle of the park, and Robertson on Kibana results in a Fulham free kick. So Liverpool not having it all their own way. They obviously are the better team. I see Nunes is out for a bit of a warm-up. With Palhinha and Reed playing in the midfield, I haven't seen Firmino at all, so it might be a decent shout for a change. There's Reed again, just bullying Thiago off the ball. He's really been, for me, one of the standout players for Fulham. If you guys are watching the game, let me know what you think. Andreas for a card, keep an eye on that one. I mean, he's a live wire. We knew that from United days, but it's been a few little niggles here and there from Andreas in the ear of the referee and whatnot. So just keep an eye on the cards market for that. But yeah, Kish, so Fulham are playing extremely well against Liverpool, I must admit. Not saying Liverpool aren't playing great. Liverpool are playing great, but he has a decent chance here for Salah, cutting in on the outside, looking for a runner, keeps the ball, no options. Very well defended. Andy Roberts, oh no, Luis Diaz on the ball. Luis Diaz gets the ball and he hits the crossbar. Luis Diaz just hits the crossbar. Trent flicks the ball back in, back to Luis Diaz, who might have been coming from an offside position, I'm not sure. And unfortunately, it hits the crossbar and the keeper has the ball. So yeah, Kish, Fulham are playing extremely well at the moment, I must admit. Well coached, well drilled. Marco Silva definitely doing well to drill them. But Reed and Palhinha are playing extremely well. It doesn't even feel like Firmino's on the pitch. And you know Firmino's role is obviously to receive the ball to feet and lay it off to the wings. Liverpool are starting to almost push Luis Diaz and Salah centrally in order to try and play the long balls in behind. I've seen it for the last 10 odd minutes. That's their move now. So I think around halftime, maybe 56 minutes or so, we'll probably see Nunes coming on, because he does offer Liverpool that more direct threat, which I think is actually what Liverpool need at this present point in time. But yeah, so far so good. Enjoying watching Fulham. A little push in the back there by Matip. Well, not even just a little push. I mean, he couldn't win the ball at all. Should actually be a free kick there, but ref lets the game play on. I just said at the beginning of the game that I feel like Liverpool's midfield three do not offer very much in terms of, like, you know, progressive passing. And especially when you're playing up against two sort of CDMs in terms of Polinia and Reed, you know. Sure, a little bit of kicks here and there. But yeah, so it's, I mean, if you have a look at that, and you've got Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson, there's no real progressive passes in the middle of the park, and we can see what's happening over here with Reed and Polinia. So something does need to change at halftime if Liverpool want to, you know, take a bit more control of the game. We've seen a little bit of glimpses of the fullbacks. Definitely seen glimpses of them, but generally not what we'd expect from them. There it is with Robertson. Robertson with the very deep cross. Comes out. Fabinho. Nope. Trent picks it up. Gives it out to Salah. Salah looking for the cross in Trent. And I think Van Dijk was coming from an offside position. But they do well. And Reed clears. Again, he is playing like an absolute demon today. Here's Firmino on the ball. Haven't seen him much, but he's class player. Absolute class player. There's a little bit of a handball by Trent, and he boots the ball away as well. So, not having the greatest of games, Trent, to be honest. Culpable probably of the first goal. Didn't even leave the ground in order to be able to head the ball, and Mitrovic just targeted him coming late into the box. Extremely clever play by Mitrovic, and a well stood up cross by Nathan Tete. And we are 42 minutes into the game. Halftime is just around the corner over at Craven Cottage. So Reed winning another ball against Thiago. He's definitely been the better player between Thiago and Reed. It almost feels like Liverpool's missing Mane. Somebody sent a comment at the beginning of the video saying that Liverpool lost a very important player, and they really did. Mane, I know he was just a spark in that team. Okay, so at halftime, what we will do is we'll go through a couple of the rest of the Premier League games, predictions at halftime. We'll be screen sharing over on YouTube, so if you guys do want to come and join, just jump over there. We can't screen share over on TikTok yet. We're hoping that they open that option up soon, so that we can actually leverage that for you guys. But we will be doing some live predictions for the rest of the games this afternoon at halftime, so make sure you don't leave. We'll be going through those 44 minutes on this game. I'm expecting probably about, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes of extra time. Hasn't really been too much in the game, so probably just a minute. Trent attempting the crossfield ball to Robertson, but well cleared out by Tete, there comes Cabana. Oh, and Mitrovic tries the first pass around the corner. Unfortunately gets his angle wrong. Otherwise, Andreas was through there. So nice little bit of play between Andreas and Mitrovic. Luis Diaz out on the far left-hand side. And he gets tripped by Cabana, keeps the ball, but should actually be a free kick. Thiago on the ball. Thiago looking for the crossfield out to Trent, plays it in behind him. Kills a bit of the momentum. 2 minutes of extra time have been added. Great ball in the box. Luis Diaz with the flick on. And unfortunately wasn't well read by the guys in the center to make the run and finish. So 2 minutes of extra time, 45 and a half gone. And during half time, we will jump over and run through a couple of predictions for the rest of the Premier League games today. Okay. All right, so just refreshing the web app with the latest scorelines and expectations that we have. Last attack of the half for Liverpool. Polinia and Andreas doing well to force Fabinho back. And ball goes out for a goal kick. So not expecting too much to happen for the rest of this half. If you guys have enjoyed this half, please do drop a like on the stream. If you want to get involved with the predictions that we're about to run, please do let me know if you guys would like me to run through any specific games. And we will do exactly that. But so far this game, half-time most likely, and it is 1-0 through to Fulham. Mitrovic with the finish from a stand up to the back post, crossed by the right back Tete, who also got a yellow card for a foul on Luis Diaz. But unfortunately for Fulham, they haven't managed to target that side. For Liverpool, they haven't managed to target Tete to try and leverage that. So we're going to head on over to our live predictions at this stage, just in order to go through. So let's start with a couple of the Premier League games. If you guys would like to see what we are doing, if you are over on TikTok, head on over to our YouTube channel, Predict Heroes, and you will actually see the screen share of the web app, and as we're going through the predictions. So let's have a look at potentially the Everton-Chelsea game. Let's start over there. If you guys are over on YouTube and you guys would like any specific games, to run through any specific games, please do let us know and in the comments, and I will run through those games. So in terms of Everton and Chelsea, we do have a 76% chance of a Chelsea win with a 15% chance of a draw, and a home win for Everton at 9%. All right, and then in terms of the scorelines that we're expecting Chelsea with a 2-0, followed by a 3-0, followed by a 2-1, with all of those scores in favor of Chelsea over Everton. This game kicking off this evening, 6:30 GMT +2, in case you guys are in different time zones. All right, and in terms of the outcomes, we do have a bit of a lowly 66% chance of an over 2.5, which is understandable if we take a considering Everton don't have a striker at the moment. They really don't. I think their outlet player would probably be Gray if anyone's going to maybe do something for Everton later. In terms of Chelsea, they're probably going to be playing Havertz up top. Sterling will be on the pitch. I've got no doubt about that. But generally what we say, obviously, is if we're expecting one team to score all the goals, avoid the over 2.5 markets. If there is an early Everton goal, then obviously the over 2.5 market becomes really, really tasty. So expecting a 66% chance of over 2.5 and a 50% chance of both teams to score in the Everton-Chelsea game. And just having a look at the goals. So Everton, in terms of their home form, pretty smack bang on average at 1.45 goals on average scored at home. And they concede almost smack bang again on average at 1.24. Whereas Chelsea away from home are scoring on average 1.9 goals and only conceding 0.77. So it's a little bit risky going with the over 2.5 on this game. Everton not too bad defensively, and Chelsea really good defensively, even away from home. So if I was to go with anything on the Everton-Chelsea game, I would definitely be going with a Chelsea win and total match goals over 1.5. All right, so that would be basically my pick for the Everton-Chelsea game. Let's jump over to Leeds and Wolves, two teams who probably had mediocre / poor results last season. And if we just jump straight in, we do have a 55% chance of a Wolves win, followed by a 28% chance of a draw and a 17% chance of a Leeds win. In terms of scorelines, not expecting many goals in this game. If it continues as it did last season, we do have a 1-0 in favor of Wolves as most likely, followed by a 0-0. Now, if we go down and we have a look at the goals, we do see Leeds under the league average at 1.2 goals on average scored at home. Obviously, Bamford was injured most of last season, and I'm not sure whether Bamford will be back today. There was some mention of it by the manager, Jesse March, of Leeds, that Bamford is looking healthy, looking fit, but I don't think he'll be 100% fit for the game today. And in terms of Leeds conceding, 1.54 goals on average that they have conceded, which is over the league average. So not great last season. As we know, it's typical of a lower half team to have such stats that are underneath the average. In terms of Wolves, in terms of attack, only scoring 1.23 goals away from home, under the league average. However, where they shone last season was in defense, only conceding 0.88 goals a game, which is better than the league average. So Wolves very strong defensively. Leeds pretty average in terms of where they at going forward and defensively, both below the league average on attack and on defense. So I really can't see too much in this game. Probably end up with a Wolves win, but probably not a very high scoring game, especially taking into consideration how both teams ended the season last season. All right, so we've gone through the Chelsea-Everton game, where I would probably go with a Chelsea win and total match goals over 1.5. In terms of the Leeds and Wolves game, I probably would avoid the game personally. There really is not much in the game at all. I want to draw your attention to something, a game that's quite interesting, and that is Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. Very interesting game this, because obviously Forest, as you know, newly promoted side in the league. This game's kicking off at 4 p.m, so it's sort of just after the Liverpool game ends. We have Newcastle and Forest. Forest being the new team up, and based off of our algorithm, we actually do have this ever so slightly in favor of Forest, coming in with a 45% chance of a Forest win, 32% chance of a draw, and a 24% chance of a Newcastle win. All right, now in terms of the scorelines that we're expecting, very similar to the Wolves Leeds game, we're expecting a 1-0 in favor of Forest, followed by a 0-0 and 1-1 draw. All right, so this is a very interesting game to keep an eye on. Forest are not a pushover team. However, take into account that they have lost a couple of important players. Spence going to Spurs, and Ghana being returned from loan to United was a very important pivot in their midfield. But Forest have an owner who has a lot of money, especially for a team that is coming up from Championship. They've got a lot of money and they're not afraid to spend it. So a team to keep an eye on this season. I think personally, if any team is generally going to stay up out of the three teams, okay, looking at how Fulham played in the first half versus Liverpool, I would hinge on saying there's a couple of teams who they would be able to easily beat. But we all know Fulham, they're a yo-yo team, up and down, up and down. But Forest are definitely a team to keep an eye on. I really do feel like they will probably stay up this season. If they don't, my bad, but I really do feel like Forest have it in them. In terms of the home goals scored and conceded from Newcastle, again, epitome of a mid-table team last season, sort of smack bang on average, scoring 1.4 goals a game and conceding 1.5 goals a game, whereas Forest last season away from home, very, very defensive, conceding only 0.75 goals away from home and scoring on average 1.2. So very, very defensive, which makes me really feel like there's not going to be too much in this. I've seen a lot of people hyping up Newcastle, and maybe they're right to hype up Newcastle for this season. But my personal opinion is that Newcastle have made some signings, some decent players, some decent signings, but I cannot see Newcastle making their way into the top half of the table, especially not around the sixth, seventh, eighth spot. I just cannot see it happening. Just because the club has money doesn't change the players that they have at the club, and they haven't made that many signings. So we'll see how it plays out. The transfer window is still open. And what we will see is if Forest do happen to go and beat Newcastle today, I can almost guarantee you right now we will see Newcastle pumping some funds into the transfer window immediately after the game. So very, very interesting game to keep an eye on. And let's head on over to the Spurs-Southampton game, where we do see Spurs coming out. I mean, they've made a whole host of changes. We've got Conte shouting on the side. The club's looking good. Their trophy cabinet's still empty, but that's okay. Apologies, any Spurs fans out there. But they really look like a solid team at the moment. So we do have, for Spurs against Southampton, we do have an 89% chance of a Spurs win, followed by a 7% chance of a draw and a 4% chance of a Southampton win. In terms of scorelines, we're expecting a lot of goals for Spurs. A 4-1 is most likely, followed 4-0 as most likely, followed very, very closely by a 4-1. So expecting a lot of goals from Spurs. Kane last season was obviously trying to push for his move to City, which took him off to a slow start. I think he's happy. He's happy with Conte. I think with the signings that they've made, Kane will be happy to stay. There's been zero talk of him leaving. I think if he does leave, he'll leave next season to Bayern Munich, if anywhere. But I think he's happy. He's back. He's firing. Son. I just think Leeds just have a really good, Spurs have a really good team this year. In terms of the outcomes, we do have a very high 93% chance of over 2.5 goals and a 61% chance of both teams to score as yet. So very nice over 2.5 goals there. Usually I am a little bit suspect when it does come to risk taking when there's one team that we're expecting to score all the goals, whereas in this instance Spurs are that team. But having a look at how Spurs performed last season at home, scored on average 2.18 goals a game and conceded only 1 goal a game. Whereas Southampton, on the other side, complete opposite, bottom sort of lower league table team, 1.29 goals scored and conceded 2.11 goals. So I would feel really, really comfortable with an over 2.5 on the Spurs Southampton game kicking off this afternoon at 4 p.m. If you don't like the over 2.5 goals, go with a Spurs win. I do like the look of a home win on this game. So this game kicking off at 4 p.m. And that wraps up our Premier League predictions for the halftime show. We're going to head on over back to the match where we are going. Fulham up against Liverpool. If you guys are watching on our watch along on YouTube, it's fantastic to have you over there. If you're on TikTok, welcome and thank you for joining. If you guys do want to swap over and come and join us on YouTube, please do so. We are live over there. Just search for Predict Heroes, and while you're at it, drop some likes on the stream. It is always much appreciated. And if you guys want to get some more predictions, just head on over to the website predict-heroes.com and you will find all of our predictions like we just had on the screen share on YouTube. You will find all of that available for free for you guys to go and see. But let's jump back over to the game and see exactly what is happening. We do have a 1-0 to Fulham. Fulham up against Liverpool at half time. Fantastic game so far. Liverpool really do need a bit of a change at half time. I do think so. I think Nunes coming on would be a great change for Firmino. Firmino is looking just a little bit marked up, if I can put it that way. What we're looking at. Any bets for RN? Are you talking about right now? So if you're talking about the Fulham and Liverpool game, there's a couple of markets that I definitely saw. One of them, obviously, both teams to score as yes, looked like a great shout. But now, especially obviously with Fulham, the odds probably won't be the greatest, to be honest with you, on that. However, the over 2.5 looks really good. Just because Fulham scored, they did not sit back. They did not change their play style. Marco Silva does not play like that. So over 2.5 is really looking like a fantastic market. And the other markets to keep an eye on, Andreas Pereira in the cards market to receive a card. He's already been warned by the referee. We did mention Nathan Tete early on, but he did get a card in the first half. So that one's gone. But have a look at Andreas Pereira over there, as well as I'll keep an eye out. Cabano looks a little bit sus for a card at times as well, but don't go just yet for that. But if anything on the cards market, go with the likes of Andreas Pereira. In terms of corners, I think we'll see a lot more corners happening this half. I think we're going to see Trent and Robertson on the ball a lot more. Keep an eye potentially on the left back against Trent, but there hasn't been too much in it just yet. But just keep an eye. The ref does seem a little bit not card happy just yet, but giving a card to Nathan Tete that he could have maybe just given a warning does strike me as he's going to brandish a couple of cards. So keep an eye on the cards market for this game. And if I see anything during the game, I will obviously call it out and you guys can go and jump on it. So here comes second half. Fulham kicking off from right to left and Liverpool playing left to right. Liverpool got it all to do. I don't see any changes at half time. Maybe there is, but I will keep you guys informed. Right, so fast start out the blocks. Can already see Fulham pushing forward. Mitrovic winning a ball off of the back of Van Dijk. But I must admit, Fulham are not scared to push forward in order to get this. If you guys are over on TikTok, you're not able to watch the game live, head on over to our YouTube channel. We do have the live score, some live predictions, going on. We do have a couple of games rolling with some score lines happening, so head on over to our YouTube channel and you can see all of that there. There's a little niggle by Henderson on new boy Palinia. Him and Reed for Fulham have looked class, I must say. They really have looked really good. Bit of a soft foul, to be honest, if I'm really honest there. Nunes warming up again on the sideline, so I would expect to see him maybe around 56 minutes. I can't think Klopp will wait too much longer in order to change the play style. But what are you guys up to on this Saturday afternoon? It's actually pretty warm, I must admit. I don't know where you guys are all from. Let me know in the comments, but it's pretty warm this side in South Africa this afternoon. So I'm actually dying of the heat. And yes, I know I've got a jacket on, but you know, it is pretty warm this side. So let me know what you guys are up to this Saturday. You doing anything cool this weekend, or just sitting back and enjoying the footy? Because I know I am. It's been a bit of a hectic week, so I'm just enjoying sitting back, enjoying the footy. Little chase on. It seems like Fulham did make a change at halftime. I can't see who that is out on the left wing spot. Andreas doing well. Andreas doing very well, opening space up with a brilliant cross. But of course, Van Dijk is just there to mop up. So New Jersey, and it's morning over that side. Fantastic. Great to have you on the stream. And yeah, so it is 2:30 in South Africa at the moment, and it is warm. That is all I can say. It is warm. So it looks like Fulham actually swapped out left back. I don't know if there was a injury or if anything. Kibano running at Robertson. Robertson does extremely well. Fulham really are going for a second year, eh? They're not sitting back on their laurels, and Kibano slips as he tries to cross and ball goes out for a goal kick, unfortunately. Allison boots the ball up. No centre forward up there. Firmino's really looked a bit off the pace today. I think Palinia and Reed have... Okay, we've got a sub coming on. Thiago is pulled up, holding his hamstring. Not good news for Liverpool and Liverpool fans. It's definitely going to be a sub. We'll see what happens. Jurgen Klopp obviously not happy, bringing on Harvey Elliott. Great to see the lad back, obviously after his... and I think they're making the expected change at the same time as well, which I think is a good move by Klopp, because Firmino's been nowhere. So it looks like Darwin Núñez is coming on for his Premier League debut, and Harvey Elliott looks to be coming on for Thiago, who seems to have pulled up short with a hamstring problem. He is walking, which is good news, but you know, you don't mess around with hamstrings. So, and to be honest, he does look like he's gone a little bit grey over the summer as well. So, Yusuf, thank you for the sub. We really do appreciate it, and welcome to the channel. Always great to have everyone with us. If you guys are over on TikTok, we are live on YouTube as well. Please drop some likes on the stream. It really does help get it in front of as many eyes as possibly can. We do have a bit of break in play here. Thiago going off injured. Looks like Harvey Elliott coming on, and what I can only assume Firmino going off for Núñez, which is a much needed change for Liverpool. They haven't looked fantastic yet. Firmino coming off for Núñez. I would have made a joke about Firmino's bright teeth, but being brighter than his future. But you know, I might get chowed in the comments, so I think I'll keep it to myself for now. Right, so a couple of change-ups. 50 minutes gone. Still 1-0 Fulham. Fulham not sitting back. And Paulinho winning another great tackle there in midfield. He really does look like a fantastic signing for Fulham, I must admit. Drizzle, I'm assuming you are a Liverpool fan at this present point in time. I agree with you. It hasn't been going well for Liverpool at this present point in time. They've had a couple of chances in the first half, and obviously they're going to have a whole bunch of chances in the second half. So, yeah, just don't rule them out, obviously. I mean, it's Liverpool, and they've got more legs in their bench than the likes of Fulham do. So, obviously forced into an early change with Thiago, which is not going to sit well with Klopp. I don't know about you guys, but I think Liverpool probably should have made defender under a bit of pressure here, and Trent does well to earn a corner kick. So let's see how this goes. But I don't know how you guys feel, Liverpool fans. You guys can comment in the put it in the comments. Are you guys happy with your midfield at the moment? When the game started, I said that I was a little bit concerned with the lack of progressive passes in the middle, and he has a chance and the ball's bouncing around and the keeper manages to gather, but there is an offside flag that does go up. I think it was against Nunes. Ball was juggling around there in the middle of the box. But yeah, so with regards to the midfield of Liverpool, when the game started, I just said that it just doesn't feel progressive enough. You know, Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson in the middle of the park. It just didn't feel like they were going to get those progressive passes through. And it's exactly what we saw in the first half. So are you guys happy with your midfield at the moment? Do you guys feel like your midfield is at a stage where, you know, they can really challenge for titles? I mean, they're probably top 2 teams in the world at this present point in time. But I'm just wondering, I just looked at that midfield and it just feels a little bit disjointed at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially now with Thiago injured. Glad to see Harvey Elliott back, obviously, from that injury, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Klopp seems to have gone to the same dentist as Firmino has. Man's teeth are shining. Interesting to see how high up the Fulham press is. I mean, 1-0 up against Liverpool. Lots of time still left in the game, but they're not backing down. This is Marco Silva 101 right here. Fantastic coach. I see Henderson has sort of stepped back a little bit. Him and Fabinho are busy rotating in the middle of the park. Great cross in there, and Salah can't gather, but Elliott is up for some support. Trent is on the inside, gets the ball, back to Elliott. Fantastic there by Mitrovic. And Elliott steps on the ball and loses it, and we have a 2-on-2 here. Andreas doing well, Andreas dragging players, and Virgil van Dijk does what Virgil van Dijk does well and manages to recover the ball. Brilliant defending there by him, just staying calm, cool, calm and collected, manages to gather the ball up, and it stays 1-0, 55 minutes, Fulham up 1-0 against Liverpool. Trent, highest player up the pitch for Liverpool, swings across the top of the box, and Elliott tries to hit it first time, but unfortunately misses his shot. Trent keeps it alive, back to Elliott. And Mitrovic does well again, and Mitrovic just shrugs off Henderson, like he's not even there. Van Dijk does extremely well to hold up Mitrovic. Brilliant defending. He's just class. Andreas here against. He tries to call one and gets a deflection. Fabinho covering the shot. Nice end-to-end football. This is what we love to see. Palhinha and Reed are playing fantastically well in the middle of the park. Really, really class act there. If you guys are busy watching us on TikTok, please just drop some likes on the stream, just so that we can just get it up and get it up in front of as many eyes as we possibly can. Would really, really appreciate it. Little cross in there, attempted. Centre back wins the second ball. Reed shifts it onto Cabano. Cabano going for the shot. Cabano hits the post. Cabano just hit the post for Fulham. Oh my goodness, Cabano just hits the post for Fulham. And it remains 1-0. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alisson beaten all ends up, dipping shot. And it goes. Ernest, unfortunately, we can't. It's obviously against copyright rules, and we will lose our accounts quicker than... Can't even think of an analogy at the moment. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't show obviously the live screen for copyright issues. But Fulham with a corner, yeah. Fulham just hitting the post from Cabano's shot from the right-hand side. Reed doing extremely well to shift the ball on and opening up that space. He's been really, really good in the middle of the park. Salah recovering the ball, Robertson getting it out, but Andreas is there. Turn and shot, and Alisson gathers. Distributes quickly down the right-hand side where there's some space. Salah playing so centrally at the moment, coming from the corner, but they give it away because of the high press from Fulham. And there was a bit of a chop out there, out on the right-hand side, off the ball. Ref didn't even see it. And the man is rolling around in pain on the floor. That was an extremely late challenge there, and the ref didn't even see it. But that probably should be looked at. And here comes on James Milner. I'm not sure for who yet, Fabinho or Jordan Henderson. Fabinho it is, taking off a little bit of a, just, get a wildfire up, get Milner on. So Milner coming on, so new midfield for Liverpool, Milner and Harvey Elliott running things now in the midfield, trying to get a bit more progression into their play and moving forward that way. And obviously with Nunes up top. Obviously now with the 5 subs that the Premier League allows, it'll be very, very interesting to see how different teams make use of these sorts of things. You're going to have the likes of like the Fulhams, etc., who just don't really have that massive squad depth on their bench, and then you're going to see the bigger teams. And here comes a chance. Here comes a chance for Liverpool. Darwin Nunes just does nothing with the ball. I don't know. He seemed like he attempted to square the ball across. He should have actually just had a shot. Van Dijk calling Alisson out. Alisson smashes the ball up the field, and I'm assuming it was for a throw-in. Nunes got the ball there. He probably had a bit of space to get the shot. Tete was it Tete? I don't know. Can't really see that. It's very difficult. Look, I mean, Nunes did attempt to do the right thing. But, you would expect a centre forward to just have that first time. So he attempted the pass back across the box for a tap in for Luis Diaz, but he probably should have taken the shot himself. Mitrovic doing very well to keep Van Dijk honest. Liverpool doing well to retain the ball under severe pressure. Fulham are fit and firing. And Molnar's been brought on to provide a little bit of energy in the midfield. I think it was definitely lacking from the first kick of the ball. I think the midfield was lacking some energy. Henderson with the cross-field switch out to a running on Salah. Trent playing as a centre forward at the moment. Salah being held up well, but he does well. He manages to wriggle free, and he oh my goodness, what a save by the keeper. Saved by the keeper. Nunes making the near post dart, tries to flick it in, and the keeper flattens himself well enough in order to cover as much of the goal as possible, and unfortunately it results in a decent save. But really good move there, Trent and Salah. Here comes another chance. Keeper's running out, and he manages to gather the ball from Trent as Nunes is running on. So already with Nunes on the pitch, we can see a little bit of energy happening up front. It just wasn't happening with Firmino. So great to see. Great ball across the box there by Salah, who Darwin does well, but tries a bit of a fancy flick. You know, he could have actually just flicked that with the front of his left foot and probably just lifted it over the keeper, but instead goes for the skillful finish, and the keeper does well to stay up as high as long as possible and smothers the ball. So great opportunity and great chance there from Liverpool, with a great work between Trent and Salah for one of the first times today actually. There's a standing ovation happening in the crowd. I'm not sure what for, so you know, we'll just join in case it's anything important. Henderson comes away with the ball. Should have played in, but Palhinha is just like a, excuse my French, but Palhinha is just like a fly on shit. He just doesn't leave people alone. He's had a really, really good game. Very, very good game. Andreas attempts a through ball, just cannot find Kibano. Nice little idea there. Those two combine very well. Kibano and Andreas Pereira look really good together. Mitrovic has thrown himself around the park. Reed and Palhinha doing very well. As I say that, Palhinha just has a lapse in concentration, opens up for Salah, and this time Darwin puts the ball in the back of the net, makes it 1-1 to Liverpool, 1-1. Salah through to Nunes, and it is 1-1. Fulham, Liverpool at this present point in time, 63 minutes, 1-1. I don't know if it was, I can't say if it was a Nunes goal or an own goal. Camera just did pan to the centre back, and it did look, they obviously both went for the ball, so I'll let you know shortly what's going on. There is a slight hint of offside potential. I don't think it is though. We'll obviously see VAR. Nope, it looks like that definitely is a Nunes goal with a Salah assist. Nunes with the flick again, exactly the same as the first time. But this time flicks it into the back of the goal. So it is 1-1, guys. Liverpool Fulham 1-1, 64 minutes played. Well, we'll obviously just have a look at those short ones, but I think it is safe to say that it is a goal. And unfortunately, Tosun, the centre back from Fulham, just didn't cover his man well enough. So congrats to Liverpool. The goal stands. It definitely is 1-1. Nunes on, like we said at the beginning of the game, with the lineup. As soon as Nunes comes on, there's going to be a bit more direct running, and that is obviously going to cause a little bit of problems. So great goal there. Salah assist. So if you guys have fantasy, I'm assuming you have Salah in your team. Celebration time. We get some points. Thank goodness. If you guys have any Fulham defenders, you're not very happy at the moment. But yeah, Palhinha went to sleep a little bit in the middle of the park there, which actually opened up the space. If you do watch it back, I see Cabano's coming off now. So obviously an attacking change. And if you guys did go with the both teams to score on this game, you have a winner already. And the over 2.5 is looking fancy. So I'll just quickly run through what our expectations were at the beginning of the game. We expected a 3-1 final result to Liverpool, an 87% chance of over 2.5, a 74% chance of both teams to score, and a 71% chance of a Liverpool win. So looking good at the moment. Really enjoying this game. It's been a fantastic watch. Wind's been knocked out of Fulham's sails a little bit. They've just conceded and they're not sort of running around for the balls as much as they were. I know it's just happened, but you can already see it in the resulting play. And Nunes does well again. Nunes does well again. And the ball is cleared off the line. The ball is just being cleared off the line by Fulham. Nunes doing extremely well against Tosin again. Tosin having a little bit of a hard time of it. But Ream goes and literally clears the ball off the line from Nunes. So fantastic play there by Nunes again. But Fulham need to pick up the spirits here. Otherwise, this really is going to head the route of what we expected at the beginning of the game. Elliott on the charge. Elliott with the cross. And keeper needs to come and claim that. And keeper claims it well above the head of Nunes. "67 minutes in. It is currently 1-1. We had a first half goal. Actually, funny enough, yeah, we had a first half goal for Fulham. A well-worked goal. And now in the second half, Liverpool have just equalized around the 63rd minute. Darwin Nunes from a Salah cross. And suddenly now all of Fulham's hard work has been undone, and by one lapse of concentration, and that's all it takes. The big teams will punish you. One lapse of concentration by Paulinia, actually in the middle of the park, opened up the space for Salah and Trent to work in, which then allowed for the cross to come in to Nunes. I'm going to open up a poll. And almost another goal there. Luis Diaz with the shot. Tosin manages to get a touch and puts it behind for a corner. But James Milner doing the work up front there. Nunes with the flick back and Luis Diaz with the attempted finish. Great play there by Nunes. He stood up well. He got up. He manages to get the ball back in the path of Luis Diaz. Very good centre forward play there. Mitrovic with the clearance from the corner. Trent with the ball back in. Unfortunately, Andy Robertson just overruns it, but manages to keep it in play. Mono with the ball, swings it to the back post. Salah with the header, and the keeper taps it over. I can see some goals coming up very, very soon, guys, so just keep an eye on this game. We've got 70 minutes gone at the moment. It is 1-1, but Liverpool playing well. Salah was offside there, though, from that, so if he did score, it wouldn't have counted. And the flag was actually raised, so it's not a corner, it is actually a free kick for the offside. Milner helping out Robertson there with Mitrovic in order to get the ball out. Matip giving the ball away cheaply. A little ball over the top to Mitrovic. It's like watching a train run. Mitrovic does well. Mitrovic does well, and Mitrovic gets a penalty. Mitrovic gets a penalty. Goes over Van Dijk's foot It is a penalty at 70 minutes. Mitrovic with the winner from a poor Matip ball. Obviously, VAR is going to check it. It did look soft. I'm not going to lie to you. It did look soft, but Mitrovic did cut across. Van Dijk's foot was out. The question is, did he catch him? Let us see. I'm going to leave this one. There's contact. There's contact, guys. There is contact. We have the chance for the over 2.5 goals here. There is definitely contact on that over there. Van Dijk on Mitrovic. He does cut inside of him, and there is double contact on Mitrovic. It is up to VAR now, but there is contact, and generally if there's contact in the box, it will stand. So I'll let you know what happens as soon as I do see, but we do have a penalty for... There is a bit of chat from VAR to the referee. They are checking it, but there does seem to be a bit of contact on the right knee of Mitrovic. I'm just having a look here. There definitely is contact. Knee on knee. Mitrovic did go around Van Dijk, and Van Dijk does indeed bring him down. So the penalty will definitely stand, and it looks like it will. Mitrovic taking the penalty. Can he get his second of the day against Liverpool? Let us see. Mitrovic versus Alisson. Let's see what happens. Mitrovic finishes down to the bottom left and does the celebration. Fantastic, fantastic play. And guys, we nail the over 2.5. We've nailed the both teams to score, and we've nailed the over 2.5. So fantastic day all around. I can't be happier. But yeah, I'm supposing the Liverpool fans, let's see what your team can do to respond. Matip gave the ball away cheaply, very, very cheaply. Should never have given the ball away that cheaply. And it was literally a ball in behind to Mitrovic, who runs at Van Dijk, looking like a damn train, running, so lumpy. Gets inside, cuts the ball across, and Van Dijk's knee makes contact with Mitrovic. He goes over, and it is a penalty. 2-1 Fulham, 72 minutes played. The last two goals have literally come from two lapses in concentration. Palhinha for the first goal, for Liverpool's goal, and Matip giving the ball away for Liverpool. There are some very excited people in the crowd here. Let me just tell you something. Extremely excited. Man just got shouted at by his wife for shaking her too hard, it seems. So let's see how Fulham play this for the rest of the game. There's 17 minutes left plus whatever extra time there is. Obviously, Fulham are up 2-1 at the moment. So it will be interesting to see how they play it, because Marco Silva's not a man who usually generally sits back. He likes to play a high line. He likes to press. He likes his players to go in hard in their tackles. But they are 2-1 up against Liverpool. 17 minutes to play. But they're on the front foot again. I think Andreas might be offside. There is a chance. Andreas took too long for the ball, but the ball does come across. There's a little bit of a lapse in communication. Matip is angry with the linesman, telling him to lift his flag. Matip obviously does not know the rule. Play to the whistle. I think he's still upset that he gave the ball away for the second goal. So seen very little of Robertson and Trent this game. Reed and Palhinha doing very well in the middle of the park. If you guys are watching on TikTok or on YouTube, please just drop us some likes. We really, really would appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to us. And if you guys would like any more content, just give it a shout. So there we go. We've got the over 2.5 locked in the bag. Hell yeah, we do. Very, very happy. Both teams to score and the over 2.5. I mean, what more can we want? And it's been a great game of football as well. You know, I'm really enjoyed the game, the actual football, which is what it's all about. So a couple of long balls being played in, looking for Nunes. Nunes doing well. Salah unfortunately cannot come back in. And ball is out for a Fulham throw. So Fulham not stepping back. Fulham not waiting for anything to happen here. 2-1 Fulham, 75 minutes played. Van Dijk throwing his hands up in the air after giving away the penalty. He nibbled at Mitrovic, and Mitrovic makes no mistake with the penalty. So 2 goals for Mitrovic and a goal for Darwin Núñez, and the assist coming from Tete in the first half for the first Mitrovic goal, and the second assist. And he has a chance for Núñez, and Núñez flashes it wide, tries the volley, but unfortunately just catches on the inside of his foot and pushes it wide. He did have a bit of time there. He could have taken the ball down and then had a shot, but going for the illustrious as centre forwards do, can't blame him for that. It did almost go out for a throw in though, I must admit. And here comes ex-Liverpool boy, Carvalho, coming on for Liverpool. So this should be interesting. He knows the defense. He knows the team. He was fantastic for them in the championship last year. And Carvalho is coming on for Liverpool. And this is one of the fantastic things with the change to the amount of subs. Having the 5 subs for this game, for the Premier League games, I really, really like it, because I think it really gives the youngsters a chance in order to really show what they're made of. So Carvalho coming on here against his former team, playing for Fulham last season. So he's making his debut here, his Premier League debut for Liverpool right here. And this 5 sub rule really does assist these youngsters in making a name for themselves. I think Luis Diaz is going off. Carvalho is coming on. Let me know what you guys think, Liverpool fans. Let me know what you guys think in terms of the signing of Carvalho as well as your midfield. You guys are watching for the team over there. Let me know what you think of your midfield. Like I said, when the game started, I was a bit concerned about the lack of progressive passing, and they have to shuffle this entire midfield already this game. So very interesting. We see Kulusevski starting for Spurs. We just got the Spurs lineup, and Kulusevski is starting for Spurs, which is very cool, very interesting. Obviously, with the signing of Richarlison, the money that they spent on Richarlison, I think a couple of people were expecting Kulu to start on the bench. But very, very interesting. And another great thing to see from Southampton is Southampton starting with 2 strikers up against the 3-back of Spurs. And we have Adam Armstrong on the pitch. Great player that can score, can finish. So it's going to be a decent game as well. I do see Spurs winning that comfortably. But we'll see how that goes. Milner causing a nuisance in the box as he does, and he manages to win a free kick for Liverpool. Almost the last 10 minutes remaining, guys. It is 2-1 to Fulham at the moment. And unfortunately, the shot from Carvalho just skies over the crossbar. Nice attempt though. Difficult shot. He had to hit it on the volley, and he had to try and control the ball. But fantastic. Eyes on the ball the whole way. Just hits it a little bit too high up on his foot, and it results in it shaving the bar and going into the stands. Would have been interesting to see if Carvalho celebrated there against his old team, but I think he would, and I don't see why he wouldn't. First goal for Liverpool. So 80 minutes at the moment. Let's see if Liverpool can conjure something up. Mitrovic just kind of fell over and let something happen. Trent with a brilliant ball, and it gets flicked on. And Salah with the tap in. Salah with the tap in, guys. Salah with the tap in makes it 2-2. Bit of a scrappy play. I don't know what happened. I don't know who touched the ball. But Trent just floated a ball in. It came off of somebody's head, landed at Salah's feet, and Salah just tapped the ball in. It is 2-2. Liverpool to Salah with a goal and an assist. Let's go fantasy. Let's go fantasy. I'm not complaining. Let me see who touched this ball. They're all onside. Trent with a little flick in. I think Nunez will get the assist, to be honest, over... Nunez will definitely get the assist over Trent. Yep, definitely. So Nunez assist and a Salah goal makes it 2-2. 81 minutes played. 2-2. And fantastic play. Just a floated ball into the box from Trent. So Nunez comes away from the game with a goal and an assist, and Salah comes away with a goal and an assist. So if you guys have both of them in your fantasy teams, you guys are extremely happy. Mitrovic with 2 goals and Nathan Tete at least with 1 assist. 9 minutes to play plus whatever stoppage time there is. The game is 2-2. Let's see who can nab the winner. What do you guys think in the comments? Who do you think is going to go and nab the winner here? We do have 2-2 and 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time left. A little bit of scrappy play. Reed comes away with it, floats one into the back post, and Trent manages to clear it away. So Fulham not sitting back and happy with the draw. Fulham want to win. Liverpool want to win. Marco Silva obviously a little bit upset, and you can understand why. But poor defending has cost his team twice. Oof. There was a big chance for Fulham over there, but they overcooked the cross. Robinson stepped in front of Trent, manages to squeeze the ball over, had ample time. He could have actually ran the ball into the box, but flouts across over and just goes out for a throw-in. Liverpool pushing down the flank and well covered there by the centre-back. Trent getting a lot more on the ball in the second half of the second part of the second half. Salah doing well to keep the ball. Elliott getting in the way of the ball, but Milner does well to keep the ball up. Trent on the ball. Trent going to whip a cross in. He does indeed. And well cleared by the Fulham defence. But Matip manages to scrape the ball back. And there is a foul. Reed gets wiped out. A little bit soft, the first one. But the second one, Carvalho definitely on, I think it was Tete over there, definitely makes it gives a foul. So 7 minutes remaining, guys. 2-2 at this present point in time. If you are on the TikTok or on the YouTube stream, please do me a favor and drop some likes. We have secured the both teams to score. We have secured the over 2.5 on this game. And it's just been a great game of football. So thoroughly enjoyed this. If you guys are on any other streams, please just do me a favor and drop some likes. It really does help out the channel a lot. And if you are new around here, we do have a website with all football predictions that is free for you guys to use. Just head on over to predict-heroes.com, access the web app, and you guys will be able to see all of the predictions live on the website for every single day, 24/7, completely free for you guys to use at any point in time. Right, so 6 minutes remaining in this game. Very tight and cagey affair, 2-2. Liverpool made a couple of changes. Fulham squad depth showing. They haven't really managed to make impact subs, which is always a problem for these newly promoted teams. They've made some subs, but they're not impact subs. They're basically players that are worse than they had on the pitch and don't offer them anything different, to be honest. Here's Harvey Elliott. Looking for Salah. Salah back to Elliott. Elliott done well since he's come on. And ball goes out for a throw in the attacking third. Mona gets the play moving. Salah back to Mona. Trent on his laurels again. And there's just a shove in the back. Trent on his laurels again. He was on his laurels for the first goal. He has these moments. He's a fantastic player. Brilliant player. And brilliant crosser and passer of the ball. But sometimes he just goes to sleep on the pitch. He did for the first goal. He didn't even leave the ground, to be honest. For the second, and now he just stood back waiting for the ball to come to him. Mitrovic manages to get in front of him and he just shoves him in the back, and it relieves all the pressure. So Fulham have shaved off another 2 minutes off during that. And we are up to the 86th minute, and it is 2-2. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, or where you guys think this game is going to end. Is it going to end as a 2-2? Is it going to result with another goal? Here is a break on. We do have Nunes up against Tosun. Tosun does well to hold him up, and Tete comes around the back. However, Tete loses the ball here. Robertson does well, and Nunes gives the ball back to Tete, and Carvalho with the tackle, which results in another free kick, which relieves some more pressure for Fulham at the back. Let me know in the comments what you guys think the final score will be over here. I really do think we're going to end up with a fantastic result. So let me know in the comments, and while you guys are there, just drop some likes on the video on TikTok if you can. It would be much appreciated. If you guys are over on YouTube, please do drop some likes on the stream. I'm going to put up the man of the match polls on YouTube, so you guys can go and vote shortly. I am going to add in Reed from Fulham in the midfield. I think he has been absolutely fantastic in the midfield for Fulham. Proper unsung hero. If you guys are not able to watch the game, do yourself a favor and go and check it out. He's been brilliant in the middle of the park over there. Thank you so much for all the likes on TikTok coming through. Much appreciated. I am going to put up this poll now. I do think we should be adding in Nunes and Salah on that. And then obviously, as per usual, we do give you guys the option for the comments over here. So go ahead and get your votes in. I think Mitrovic has been brilliant. I think Reed has been brilliant. I think Salah, obviously, goal and an assist. Nunes with a goal and an assist. So let me know on YouTube in the poll, in the comments, who you guys think the man of the match is. Andreas Pereira going off at the moment. He's been decent. He really had a great first half. Bit fiery. He got pulled back by Fabinho and wasn't happy. Started shouting at the ref. Started pulling on Fabinho. And then Fulham scored, which calmed him down a bit. So he really did go a bit more passive after Fulham scored. But great play all around. It's great to see him performing in the Premier League. Never really got the chance at United for obvious reasons. He wasn't great when he was on the pitch, but he really was good today in that roaming number 10 role. See if he can keep it up for the whole season. That's the big question. That's the question with most of these players. Mitrovic was brilliant today. 2 goals, 1 a penalty, pushed the line, played really well up top, and yeah, helped out his team an awful lot. But can he do it for the rest of the season? Can Klopp continue with the midfield like he had it today for the rest of the season as well? These are pertinent questions that need to be answered. But if you guys are hanging around on YouTube, please do just go and vote in the chat who you guys think the man of the match is. If it's somebody different than what we've put up there, just go and drop it in the chat who you guys think the man of the match is. There's comments. This is the Liverpool that I know from last year. What part of last year? Are we talking title challenge from last year? The never give up attitude from last year. You know, I think Fulham have quashed a lot of Liverpool's play. Reed and Polinia have done extremely well to keep quiet through the centre, and the high press has stopped the likes of Trent and Robertson getting forward, and it's actually, you know, killed off Liverpool's style of play. So it's been very interesting. I see a yellow card was given out to the right winger of Fulham. Henderson letting the ball drop, which was a bit of a mistake. And it gets latched. Ooh, and Matip gets lucky. Matip gets lucky. He gets shoelaces on the ball. And the ball is out for a Liverpool throw in. So we are into extra time at the moment. I didn't actually see how many minutes of extra time there were, but basically 2-2, 91 minutes in, and Fulham are still pushing. Fulham are still attempting to go for another goal, and Liverpool are obviously doing the same. Klopp standing on the side of it, where you don't know if he's smiling or if he's grinding his teeth or what he's doing. So last few minutes of the game, Salah busy pressing and causing trouble in the box, but Reed is there again, and Mitrovic with the skills today. Let me tell you guys something. Mitrovic with the skills today. He has been immense, and Mitrovic is down. I actually think he's got a tear in his pants, to be honest with you. I think Mitrovic has a tear at the back of his pants, or at the leaf. One of the two of them. One of the two of them. And he's back up, a little bit of cramp. But Mitrovic just skilled past two players on the right-hand side there. He's been brilliant. Up jumped Trent for the first goal. Ran at Van Dijk for the second. Van Dijk brought him down. Penalty. Puts the penalty away. No complaints there. Holding the play up. He's just been really, really good. 92 minutes gone. 2-2. Getting a bit nervous at the moment. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, please do make sure to like and follow. We are on YouTube. We are obviously on TikTok. So if you guys do, please do drop some likes and drop the follow button. We'll be going live for a lot of these games where we do the live predictions during the games. We'll be doing the any cards markets that we do notice during the game, any potentials, things like that we will be calling out during the live stream. So do let me know if you guys want any more content, and we will gladly oblige. We're making a couple of changes here to waste a bit of time. The guy going off is on a yellow card, so he can't walk too much slower than what he is. Duffy coming in, replacing a winger for another centre-back. Marco Silva obviously just wanting to see this game out. Harvey Elliott doing well, keeps the ball, puts it in. Jordan Henderson hits the crossbar. Jordan Henderson hits the crossbar. And the ball bounces out. Robertson with the throw, keeps the ball going quickly. Carvalho. Jordan Henderson hits the crossbar on the 93rd minute. Almost makes it 3-2. We're into the 94th minute, still 2-2. Liverpool on the attack, switching the ball left to right, looking for the space. The entire Fulham team are back, defending. Mitrovic back again. Does well to win the throw-in and releases some pressure. But Jordan Henderson with the first-time shot, which rattles the crossbar. Goalkeeper was beaten. If that ball managed to dip, goalkeeper was beaten, and that was 3-2 to Liverpool. So fantastic strike there by Jordan Henderson, just unfortunately not enough to dip below the bar. And we remain at 2-2. 94 minutes gone. Ball gets played in behind, and keeper manages to smother, and will take all the time in the world before sending the ball, what I can only assume, all the way up to Mitrovic. So, fantastic game this has been. Absolutely fantastic game. I've thoroughly enjoyed the entire game. End-to-end football. And I've enjoyed hanging out with all of you guys. So thank you very much. Mitrovic winning the ball. Van Dijk sending it forward. Palinia doing well again. Mitrovic holding up Matip and doing very well. Trent comes away with the ball. We're into the 95th minute at the moment. Still 2-2. Fulham did make 2 subs at the end of the game. And that is the game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. Absolutely fantastic. Well played by Fulham. Well played by Liverpool. They did look a little bit off the pace. I think the midfield just wasn't progressive enough from the start. So fantastic game. Ends 2-2. All in all, Nunes came on, goal and an assist. Salah, goal and an assist. Mitrovic, 2 goals, penalty and a header. And Tete with a assist. So very well played there. Great game. Thoroughly enjoyed it and thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with all of you guys. So thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your afternoon and rest of your Saturday. Do enjoy the rest of the games, and we will chat later.